No fires. Oh, seriously though, make a little liverwurst? No. Ew, no, I'd rather have you start fires than make liverwurst in my chat, okay? Glitch Witch, bring the fire back, please. Oh, so everybody knows as well, on this channel we do have the show Don't Make Us Bored. We didn't have it this past week due to not having enough submissions. We should have enough for this upcoming week. We are pushing it back though to Friday for various reasons. So yeah, unfortunately, Cornden's gonna be away on Tuesday. So next Friday, which actually lines up with the release of a video game anyway that Cornden wants to show off. So that will be quite a bit of fun next Friday. If you do want to submit a game just to play on this show, whether you do speedrun showcases or just want to play a game and dink around with us, feel free to do so. Type !DMUB in chat and you will have the submission form pop up. Neitzel, you submitted, but when are you supposed to hear back? Yeah, when we pick you, we'll let you know. Thank you so much for sending it. Yeah. Okay, I think that we have the game sorted. I think so. Let me see. I'll go and get a picture of the game. Everybody chill. Relax your butts. Don't relax them too much. Just like normal relaxation. Please make it normal relaxation. Oh. I'm really happy though. Like honestly, Kuso6rande is one of the things that I look forward to every week. You know, sometimes it feels like it's a little bit of a time commitment, but it's just me chilling with friends, watching people play video games, and us talking about who knows what. And it's just so much joy to me. Well, everybody, I think that we are just about ready to give out the next game. So let me make sure that it actually worked. Ah, crap, it didn't. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Why didn't it work? Oh, because I didn't actually run my freaking macro. Let me run the macro. Glitch Witch. I'm really glad that we get to have Kuso6rande, and I'm really glad that everybody involved is involved. Like, honestly, we have a lot of awesome GMs. We have a lot of great volunteers who have helped out a lot by keeping track of the matches, by posting on Twitter about them, by moderating in chat, by just, and even just the viewers who come around and cheer people on. Like, honestly, you all rock. Let's go ahead and talk about something other than rocks. We have a GM to bring in, so everybody give it on up. Or Tepistrol, the raccoon thingy. I think raccoon, or is it a mask? Masked raccoon, yeah. My Tepistrol. Yeah. Look at me. I'm Tepistrol. Tepistrol, where are you? Where are you? Tepistrol. Please? Look, it's not my fault. Hello, Tepistrol. Are you there? You're muted. You're muted. I can see it. Have I thought about making a Kuso6rande version of Evo? How would that work?
I'm back.
Yes! Heck yeah! Okay.
Well, two things. I'm muted.
Well,
I'm
you
listening.
were.
No.
You're not now. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Heck yeah. Well, okay, so answer my question. Is that a raccoon?
It is a raccoon.
Okay, because it looks like you can peel the mask off.
Oh, I don't like that. Yeah, it kind of does. I'm still working on the design. I don't really know what I want to do with it.
Well, I mean, it could be like fake raccoon. No, okay, I won't peel it off though. Okay, seriously, it's good to have you here. I do know that you ran into some interesting issues trying to get things sorted out, but now it looks like everything's fine.
For the moment, yeah, it's we had a bit of an experience getting set up.
So I heard. Yeah, because of that, we switched games. That's okay. Your other game will show up one of these days. It's fine. This other game, I think I've played it some.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, same. I don't know. No game from this specific series is any good at all. So what do we have, Tempestrol?
So today's game is just an absolute classic. It is Terminator 2 Judgment Day for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah. I do like the www.gamesdatabase.org at the top. That's not the game. They didn't make it, okay? Instead, we've got the nice little rainbow. They're the ones who everybody knows around here. And honestly, I would say that LJN gets way too much of a bad rap because... No, let me tell you.
Sure.
The games are actually usually playable, and they do have some sort of progression in them. Like,
Percentia, you're listing features of games. That's not what makes a good game. That's what defines the genre, like the medium. I don't like when your standards have dropped down to defining the medium as good game. I feel like Kuso6rande is messing with you.
Okay, but they actually try to get movie elements into the games, okay? Like, sure, they usually aren't the ones who develop, but the games that they publish, even they have some sort of ambition that you don't often see with movie video games outside of LJN. If fair. They fail in a big, spectacular way.
And I will say, this game does do a couple of things really well. It does apparently follow the plot of the film actually quite well. I haven't seen this movie, so...
I have.
Good, so you can tell me how much of it is right. My basic understanding of the film is that it follows it well enough, but I need to actually see any Terminator film.
I just love being like, yeah, I've seen the film. I saw it when I was a kid. Yeah, it's rated R. But guess what? If it's on TV and they don't show you the people's heads blowing up, then it's fine. It's fine to have as much violence as possible. Gotta make sure you get the swears out. Oh, the 90s. You know? My mother was way into action movies, which I guess was a little bit unusual for the 90s to have women who really loved action movies and talked about them regularly. But yeah, that's what she was into. My dad loved him as well, just I think she might have liked him even more. But yeah, so how are you doing? I know that you've been a little bit stressed getting everything working, and that despite all of the effort, the previous game just wasn't able to get started. That's okay. That happens from time to time.
I don't want to call it these competitors in particular because they were trying their best, but I would like to make a note that everyone should be testing their controllers. And if you have multiple controllers plugged into your PC, take them out take all but the one you're using out before starting RetroArch, because you don't know which one is going to get bound to port 1. Just really want to make that clear that it will cause problems for you, and that was one of the reasons why this was delayed. But there was a graphics issue that was killing it, and one of our players was having problems running the game, so we decided to transition to a new one. So y'all are gonna get to see my week 1 game like week 3 or something. We'll see. Or this is week 3, week 4. We'll see.
Yeah, that is okay. Don't worry too much, everybody. And honestly, you never really know with bad video games if something is going to behave a little bit differently. Guess what? People who develop emulators and such usually do it with the classics in mind. And,
yeah, who'da thunk, right? They're testing with Mario.
Yeah. I have a quick question. Who's doing audio for us?
That's a good question. I was so preoccupied with figuring out these controller problems we were having that I didn't think about the audio.
Oh, no.
We did ask, but it didn't really get resolved.
Welcome to life. Yeah, I'm just waiting. Right now, the Rurik, I'm not seeing their stream. Like, I see that it says live, but I don't see the actual game on it.
Dolores Fred can do audio. Great. Dolores Fred has been is actually a name that I think a lot of people are going to know in the community. He's been around for a while,
Yes.
But has not participated until this year, I believe.
I think you're right, yeah. Honestly, when I hear his name, I feel like he's played, but it's possibly just if... Oh my gosh. Sorry, trying to brain. Not doing the best here.
All good.
Yeah. I love that we have some people who have been longtime viewers but haven't played before finally jumping in, taking the risk here. Okay. I'm working on getting one person to get their stream showing the game because it says that it's live, but I don't see anything there. And if I can't see it, I can't capture it. Very difficult. It's like the ninjas from the previous game, you know, very, very sneaky, sometimes hard to see.
Mm-hmm. I should ask Tristan for that multi-Twitch tool they've made.
There we go. So, as it turns out, they have a different Twitch name than what was on the application. So, welcome to streaming and trying to capture people. After the first round in group stages, we usually have fewer of these problems. That's okay, we got it.
Yeah, we're not too late. It's all right. These things happen, you know?
Whenever I hear that phrase, I think of... What do I think of?
These things happen?
Yeah. Oh, Town with No Name. These things happen, I suppose.
God,
all part of life's rich tapestry. Yeah, so...
what a... Isn't that
all good?
The minister who says that?
No,
okay.
It's the man with no name who says that.
Oh, yeah.
I just love that there's like the town with no name, the man with no name.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never find his name's not Shane, okay? That's all that we know. He's definitely not Shane, and he probably actually has no name whatsoever. And that's why the game's amazing. Perfect. Okay, I am just about captured. I just about have everything ready. Let's go ahead and throw it on over to the main screen here in 1 minute because I noticed something was whatever. If I have to recapture some of the stuff later, I'll just do it. We'll live. Everybody, Terminator 2. Judgment Day.
Wonderful. I need to move some of these windows around.
Evil Ebb says it's all part of life's rich tapestry. Okay, just to correct everybody, make sure that just so that your correct town with no name lore. Very important here. Okay. I think most of the players are ready.
I'm just trying to make sure I got my multi-twitch set up the same way as you do. But it looks like Red's ready, Chaos ready, Zimby ready, Rourke is ready. Cool, we're all ready. Deviants.
Okay, everybody, I need you to get all of your angry robot emotes. Because we are doing the countdown right now. As soon as I see movement in the game, I will start our timer here. Otherwise, best of luck to the players. We are just about ready to get going, and I'm probably going to have to reset residual devens. Okay, we're off, yeah.
They're off for me. So, this is Terminator 2. One of our competitors correctly assessed that this looks like a clone of RoboCop, and it kind of is. You can see that the Terminator walks around in the same Hank Hill-esque way.
My gosh. Okay. Actually, I was just gonna say that's not his real name, but it actually is. I've just seen way too many YouTube poops of King of the Hill. Way too many.
Yeah, so this game is good at, like I said, it's good at the plot. Everything else is terrible at. So the way you progress through this game is you have to collect these future objects. The Rourke has found one and is crouching over it, but has not realized that you need to have a gun to open that crate.
Why do you have to have a gun to open a box?
Because it's LJN.
Okay, but you've got super strength, okay? You are literally a machine. You're a robot.
I agree.
Okay.
LJN. Well, actually, so it's not LJN, though. LJN was the publisher, and Flying Edge was the publisher for the Sega Genesis. Both were divisions of Acclaim, naturally. And this was actually developed by Bits Studio. You want to know what other game Bits Studio made?
That name is very familiar. If it's Bobby is Going Home for Atari 2600.
Oh, that is anti-music in that game.
Yeah, but I think it's the same company, isn't it?
Is it? I don't think so. I don't know. Let me check. What I was going to point out is it was made by... No, it's not the same company. This is the same company that made such wonderful games as Dream TV, Wolverine, Adamantium Rage, and a game that I brought to you last time I was on this show.
Oh, yeah.
Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I didn't know that until yesterday.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing. Here's the deal. I actually really think that Dream TV is an amazing game, highly flawed, definitely has issues, but it's very ambitious.
Sure.
Yeah, I apologize, everybody. I was thinking of a different Bit company.
Yeah, well, and the Sega Retro page on Bit Corporation actually, or Bit Studio, does actually say, hey, this is not to be confused with Bits Laboratory, which is a different developer. A Taiwanese company named Bit.
That's even a different one.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, there are too many of them. Wait, for some reason I'm seeing Midway Manufacturing Company worked on this. to some degree.
Oh.
Is
Hold up, did they?
what happened?
Dolores Fred has figured out how to. Okay, so the first thing that happens in the film, right, is the Terminator shows up, needs to find John Connor. So he
Yes.
goes to a phone booth and looks up his number. He like hacks into the phone network or something. I
No,
haven't seen
he
the movie,
opens
but
up the phone book.
the phone book. Okay,
They have
So-
those. Okay.
Well, I had phone books when I was a kid too. I'm not that young, but we had VHS players too. Sorry, VCRs. I suppose the term VHS player does reveal how young I am, doesn't it? Either way. So I pointed out to them that so some of them are looking at their start menu. They're looking at the objectives that are on screen. And what you need to do in this game is to collect these quote unquote future objects for some reason. And you also need to complete each objective. And in the first level, your objective is to find John Connor's house. And so you have to go over to these telephone boxes, specifically the one closest to the front door. Or not closest on the right-hand side to the front door
Okay.
of the corral. And you need to hold up to search. Because that's a sensible control scheme,
You have to hold up. Oh, people are going to miss that. Does it say anything about that in the manual? Did you give them a manual?
I did not give them the manual because the only manual I could find was for the Sega Genesis version, but I did give them the controls. And I did point out controls, D-pad move a name, down take item, up, interact, and search.
Uh-huh.
So they should know that searching is a part of the game, as far as I'm concerned.
I like this music. Jam.
So yeah, current objective not completed is what's showing up on a lot of these people's screens as they are trying to leave. And that's going to happen until they find both a handgun and a shotgun, and until they find John Connor's house.
Okay, gotcha. The thing
Looks like
Oh, go ahead.
Residual Deviance has actually completed that objective. And now we get to see
Fred
driving.
is resetting. Yeah. Oh no, this driving.
This driving, AVGN called this the worst driving he'd ever experienced since Dick Tracy on the NES, which says a lot.
I was gonna say this reminds me of Dick Tracy for the NES.
Yeah. Yeah. So this driving is really bad. So let me explain to you how the driving works. You press left and right on the D-pad to strafe left and right, like changing, like sort of swerving side to side. And that's from the Terminator's perspective.
Okay.
You hold on the Super Nintendo controller the bottom button, which is B, to accelerate, and you hold Y, which is the or square for PlayStation controllers, because that's unambiguous. You hold the left face button to rotate. So if you arrive at the end of a road, like Residual Deviance just did, then you'll turn automatically. But in order to turn down the streets, yep, they haven't figured it out yet. Oh, if you press back, then you do a U-turn. You press down, rather, I should say. You do a U-turn. But you have to hold Y. Yeah, so they're strafing across the street. It's not working. You got to go to an intersection and hold Y and rotate, and then, yeah, you explode. So you can explode cars if you hit them fast enough, but sometimes they do damage to you, too.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, these driving controls are among the worst I have ever seen. And they're actually not that bad once you get used to them. They're just, like, because a lot of the driving is just going down straight roads.
Okay. Oh my gosh, Residual Deviance, back to the beginning of the game, it looks like. At the same time, I think everybody's going to struggle a little bit with the driving.
Yep. It's pretty bad. One thing I noticed is that some of the players have figured out that jumping is really fast, but the jumping is really awful and janky. Even you're commenting in the chat. You know it's bad when Brosencha is the first person to type in the match chat? Wow, this is bad.
It's like the driving is just so bad.
Yep.
And I love it. Like, I wanted to comment about that, but I didn't want anybody to know how far Residual Deviance had made it, because, that's no fun. I don't want to spoil the excitement. So I'm taking a look at game FAQs at some of the reviews that came out that people put up there. Found one review titled "Oh Dear God," one one titled "How Can This Game Be This Bad?" The one that says "The Worst Game Ever." There, it looks like you kind of came out of the gate with this one and just, wow.
Oh, is the Rourke going to? Yeah, finally. Great, awesome. Yeah, and he looks really relieved. Like, he looks relieved and upset. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh, who does?
The Rurik. He found the address and just sort of shook his head like I can't believe this is the game you've given me. Like, this doesn't even make sense. Oh yeah, there was no prediction. We should probably start run that before we hit 10 minutes.
I will start it right now, everybody. Who is going to be the victor? Somebody on the right or somebody on the left? So go ahead.
Trying to figure out this driving. Oh, he figured out turning. So he's figured out turning real fast.
How do you turn?
By holding Y and turning on the roads by holding Y and pressing left or right. It is orientated from the Terminator's perspective, by the way.
I mean, of course, you would have tank controls on the driving section.
Yeah, exactly. Which again, like, it's not horrible once you've seen it, but it's like they could have just made it easier by letting you input diagonals directly.
Yeah, I'm looking, by the way, at this review titled "Oh Dear God," and they specifically say story is 7 out of 10. Man, it's the same as the movie, kinda, but it seems tired today. You can't knock the story. The story's fine. Okay, controls 1 out of 10. The controls are bad. So first, you have movement, punch, and a knee move. May I say the melee attacks have poorer hit detection than the atomic bases in Star Fox? I don't know what that means, but there you go, everybody. The guns you get later work fine. However, you can aim in 7 to 8 directions. Now, you can jump, but as far as things go, it's completely useless. There's no point in the game that I've found that you need to jump, and the jump is just pathetic. I thought DK Jr. had a weak jump. If you stand still and jump, you jump, well, it looks like a foot or so. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that that's about real for most people.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel very powerful, you know?
Well, I
supposed to be the Terminator. It feels bad.
He never jumps in the movies. He's a robot. He's really heavy. Okay?
Yep.
Like, he's there to be a power dude who can basically take 1 million shots and just kill people. Yeah, so he's not there to be jumping around. So it kind of makes sense movie-wise. Video game-wise, no. You're gonna give a jump, you need to make sure they can actually jump. Okay.
So,
go ahead.
The Rurik has made it to John Connor's house, but the T-1000 is waiting for him. Now, there's a way that the T-1000 is actually really pathetic in this game. He just sort of like the handgun does nothing to him. The shotgun does quite a bit of damage to him. But there's actually a way you can avoid having the T-1000 even show up at all, and that's to shoot the alarm outside the house. Actually, we're using Dolores Fred's audio, aren't we? I haven't been listening to
also
audio.
Mr. Zimbu at the top right. Is this John Connor's house as well?
Yep, that's John Connor's house. So, this one is kind of mean. I actually had to look up how to finish this level because I think I'm just small brain though. One of the future items that you have to get requires you to shoot a ladder down from the loft in John Connor's room. And I just didn't. I guess I just didn't never notice it.
Yeah, that might take a little while to figure out. That's nice. Good. Like, so far, it seems like this game has many, many walls that the players are going to run into.
Oh, yeah. Lots. Like, just wait until we get to the next level and it's an escort quest.
Okay. This... I'm taking a look.
Angry.
Oh my gosh, I can't blame Dolores Fred for being a little bit angry. Mr. Zimbu typed in Discord, how did this get worse? Yeah, I kind of agree here. The The review that I'm reading, by the way, says, now the driving parts are just god-awful. For like 2 hours, I couldn't figure out where to go. All I knew was that down makes you do a 180, and I couldn't figure out how to really turn. Now, I auto-turned at the end of roads, and there were 2 ways I could go on each one, so I assumed it was a maze-ish setup. Later, figured out that holding Y while pushing on edges of turns makes you turns. Sure, give me no hint. Let me guess. Anyway, the cars have horrid AI. If they reach a dead end, they 180 and drive on the wrong side of the road. Wouldn't really matter because, trust me, you should just stay in the middle on the yellow line. But they will crash into other cars and get in your way. Also, the way you strafe along the road doesn't depend on the way you're facing. I'm driving up and right goes up and left goes down and right. Who decided that would work?
I think that reviewer has not ever heard of tank controls, but this was the 90s, I suppose, and 3D games didn't exist yet.
Then again, there were a lot of games in that era that, you know, racing games and such, that even with a top-down view had tank controls, so it wasn't unheard of.
I don't know. I think this reviewer is complaining about something that they're actually just bad. I don't like to make that judgment frequently. I really don't like to make that judgment frequently, but like, come on, it's not that hard.
Oh, I like to make that judgment all the time. Ugly. Come on, this is Game FAQs. This is...
Yeah, that's fair.
They use the name AJ Comics, okay? With an X at the end. So, sorry, I'm judging you. Back in 2007, AJ Comics, you should have just stuck to movies.
Ouch. Or comics.
True.
Something that... So, yeah, Zimbu, or sorry, not Zimbu, Burek is having the exact same problem that I did, and is not sure where to go, and thinks that he has to look for... He's using search on everything, which is what I did for about an hour. And I really hope that this gets faster. Okay, so we found John Connor's ID.
Yes.
Great. So now he needs to find the last future object, which is hidden in John Connor's room in the loft. And I was not a fan of finding that one.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Terminator guy here, in the story of the movie, you know, you're trying to protect John Connor, but also destroy things in the past that would make it so that the Terminators would be developed in the future. Essentially, you're trying to stop the apocalypse from happening. Arnold Schwarzenegger in the original Terminator was a bad guy, but in this Terminator, they programmed him to go back into the past and help instead of hurt. So it's kind of a delicious irony that comes up on occasion that, you know, you used to be, or this robot dude was bad, but now he's good because John Connor in the future programmed him to be helpful. Yeah. Terminator, everybody. Do we get to see a nuke go off and children die at the playground? I hope
if you lose, yes.
Yes.
Well, you don't get to see them die at the play. That's The one of the reviews that I read complained about that end screen, and I was like, oh, I've seen that clip before. I don't like that. And then I saw the end screen, and I was like, it's just an orange mess. It doesn't look like anything.
Like, that scene is just classic. Yeah, it's very depressing in context, but because of all the memes and everything that's been made from that, it's pretty great. There are a lot of parodies of that scene.
Yeah. Somebody haven't watched the movie in a long time. Was the T-1000's weakness not being able to hit crouching people? Yes, that is exactly. As someone who did not watch the movie, I can tell you that is precisely what his weakness was. And here we are. We can now hear the alarm going off.
Oh no.
So is Fred going to go and shoot the alarm? He is not. Oh, if you enter through the garage door, I wonder if the alarm doesn't go off that way either.
Do you need to destroy the alarm?
No, but if you destroy the alarm, then the T-1000, the cops, and gangsters all don't show up. And if you walk in without shooting the alarm, then you have state troopers, you have the T-1000, and you have gangsters all showing up trying to fight you. So it's pretty important, I think, to do that. It makes the level a lot easier.
So significantly harder without turning off the alarm. Wait, you're killing all of the... Oh, I'm pretty sure you don't kill any cops or in
Yeah,
the movie.
The Rurik just figured out that he has to shoot this ladder and looked quite exasperated in doing so. I think the Rurik is now first because he's actually got all the objectives complete.
Oh yeah, in the movie, yeah, the Terminator doesn't actually kill any humans. At least after John Connor yells at him. He shoots him in the legs, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you're just going all out here in this in this game.
You can do a full T2 movie review from me using only this game as reference. God, I should do that.
Yeah, tell us, what do you think happens in the movie based off of the game?
I know what happens after this is the Terminator goes to a mall, clumsily drives to a mall, finds John Connor playing video games, and then opens his start menu to tell him to start following.
You got it right. You got it right.
Oh man, I'm just waiting for their reaction when they realize they have to open the start menu to get John Connor to follow them.
Hey, good news. The Rurik is heading to the mall. Yeah. Let's go
indeed.
to the mall today.
This level sucks. This next level is so bad.
I mean,
so,
is it as bad as the driving?
well, so we run into a problem with this. This next level has two really big problems that I see. The first is that, I'm sure you've noticed that you just take damage from everything constantly.
Oh yeah.
Right. The other problem is that that John Connor takes damage from everything constantly, because the state troopers and the T1000 wants to kill John Connor, of course, but the state troopers don't care about shooting John Connor either. So they will, or I guess then the security guards and all that, they'll all shoot John Connor. And John Connor has a limited amount of health, and you can transfer your health to him by crouching over him and transferring your life energy. But you have a very, very limited amount of life energy, and you will, you can only expend so much, and you're constantly taking damage in this game because it's a Terminator clone, right?
Yeah.
One thing that's neat is when you
a RoboCop.
Yeah, it's just like the RoboCop arcade game where you have a very stiff controlling sort of character, and then everyone is aiming at either waist height or head height, and you just really cannot take damage, or you can't not take damage. Like it's just inevitable. And so your health is just whittling down over time slowly. And yes, what Darkman is pointing out here, you can revive once per stage. John Connor can't, but you can give him your life energy. So you can sacrifice some of your health to save him. But if he gets incapacitated, then you and you leave him for too long without healing him, then you lose.
I do like that every time that you shoot a human, it has to have a pop-up saying that they were non-fatal wounds. I'm like, shotgun to the chest.
Yep.
Non-fatal wounds. There we go. Yeah. Thank you.
One other thing that's kind of cool is you technically get 2 lives. It's more like 1.5 life. Every level you start off with 100% energy, and when you're down, you actually come back again with 50% energy, which I think is something that happens in the movie. That's what another review said. I haven't seen it. There is actually an up escalator, but it's all the way on the other side of the mall, and it connects to the back of the other stores, I think. It's pretty bad. So the Rurik is doing what I did, which is jumping up the escalator. He's doing very well.
Wow.
I'm genuinely shocked.
That's amazing. Definitely not the intended way to go. But who cares,
Everyone has made it past the first level, too. I'm really happy for that. So they've all figured out how to look at the start menu and how to search for things. That was really the stuff that I was sort of worried about, was like, are they going to know how to complete the objectives?
Oh my gosh.
Here's the arcade.
The arcade, yes.
That's looking at the arcade. He's thinking John Connor's probably in the arcade, right?
I mean, he should be in the arcade, right?
Yeah.
Good. Come on, John Connor.
I want to play car 3. That state trooper is interrogating John Connor. There he is. Look at that stupid haircut. The 80s.
Stupid John
No,
Connor.
he left without John, so he just assumed that John Connor would follow him, which is what I did too.
I mean,
he's.
yeah, John Connor is definitely not following right now. That's okay. You know, I would bet that everybody's going to run into this mistake at some point or another. So I do have a question about continues passwords. Is there any of that?
What?
Oh, well, okay.
No.
Well, okay.
I don't think so. I didn't find any.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, I hate this game. It's so bad.
Yeah, I can tell that it's a little bit of a piece of trash.
So the Rurik seems to not know that John Connor isn't following, or maybe he's figured it out, but is trying to look for the other future objects. That's actually a really good idea, because you still have to find all the future objects before you leave the stage, and you have to bring John Connor with you. And John Connor will take damage the whole time he's following you, but while he's playing on that arcade machine, as far as I can tell, he's invincible. So it's really, really handy to just not have John Connor follow you until you found all the future objects. It's probably slower than finding him on the way, but it's a hell of a lot safer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So, a couple of the players having to go back to the beginning of the game because this is totally a fair and well-balanced video game. Residual Deviant's currently looking for the ID inside John Connor's house. The Rurik in the mall. The Rurik definitely has the lead at this point. South 2,
Yeah,
South
sure.
1. Yeah, I love that you have to go through parking garages here. But that malls have them. It's accurate. I would say that I don't think they have grocery stores most of the time. Like some do, but not most.
Both the malls that I'm near have grocery stores, although they're like regional malls and they're not huge.
Okay.
And I don't go there anymore because I have a local grocer who's closer and has better food.
Good. Yeah, take that, giant mall grocers.
Do you mind if I step away for just a minute?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Be right back.
Well, everybody, this is Kuso6rande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. Right now, we are about half an hour into this game, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, for the Super Nintendo. The goal is to make as much progress as they can into this game. And even though the Rurik is in the lead at this point, if somebody can manage to get John Connor out of the arcade, that would be a significant mark of progress and would be somebody passing the Rurik up. At this point, though, I don't see that happening, at least for the next 5 or 10 minutes, maybe after that. The Rurik really needs to go to the arcade and figure out how to get John Connor out of there. And how do you do it? By using the start button. Yeah. That's right, start button. Yeah, and for those who are curious, this is live. The people are playing for our entertainment as well as for glory. I don't know if there's much glory to be had in Terminator 2 for the Super Nintendo, but frankly, I think so. The Rurik is going back up, hopefully going to be able to get, oh yeah, avoid the T-1000 there and just duck in. Residual Deviants shooting the alarm, very nice. Dolores Fred appears to be heading to John Connor's house as well, although getting a little bit of pinball action while driving. Mr. Zimbu heading there as well. Like, yeah, John Connor's house is the wall for those three, Dolores Fred, Residual Deviants, and Mr. Zimbu, while the Rurik has passed that major wall and is now facing the wall of the start button.
I'm back.
Oh, hello there.
Got myself some freshly brewed coffee.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, I've got some food I'm eating here as well. Hot dogs wrapped in biscuits. Biscuit hot dogs. Pigs in blanket biscuit. Or pigs.
Neil Breen making a Terminator movie. Oh, man.
I mean, he kind of did with the movie I Am Here ... now.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Who could
essentially
forget-
he's Techno Jesus.
You could forget the classic, I am here. Now. What a classic.
And they're 4 dots. They're 4 dots.
4 dots.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you, I write my ellipses with 4 dots if I'm ending a sentence with them, but like, I don't know.
Now, okay,
Jack White has
let me tell you the rule between 3 and 4, because 4 is sometimes correct. 4 is only correct if you are transitioning between paragraphs with your ... If it's within the same paragraph, then you use 3 dots.
Can I tell you why I use 4 dots? I like the number 4. It's a nice round number.
Okay.
Look, Jack White has his thing with 3. I have my thing with the number 4. I understand how presumptuous it sounds to compare myself to Jack
Okay,
White.
let me go ahead and tell you, I use dots because they fit the rules, okay? They fit the rules for MLA. And I follow MLA because that's what my job's about.
So you have to use MLA, though. I'm really sorry. You don't get to use something nice like Chicago or APA or like literally any other citation system.
Oh, well, I'm in English, okay?
So yeah, you have to.
Yeah, I'm kind of obligated.
I'm biased. I took cognitive science, so I have to use APA.
MLA's fine.
The Blue Book for Law, I take it back. Whatever Jeff has to do to cite things is the worst. Have you ever tried reading citations? Oh my god. APA sucks? No, it doesn't. APA is awesome.
Like,
Me and my hope APA? No.
my biggest reason for disliking MLA is that it kind of looks ugly.
I like Chicago because it lets me use footnotes.
Like, footnotes are cool. I enjoy footnotes, yeah. And honestly, I let my students use MLA or APA, or if they really, really want, they can use whatever. Like, I don't care. I'll go and research whatever the crap they're using.
This is really what we're talking about right now, isn't it? We're talking about citation methods. All
I'm
right.
talking about work. I mean, Kuso6rande is work, I guess?
Oh,
Question mark.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have done that
That's
to you.
okay. I dreamed last night about going back to work at a former job that I had, and I have that dream all the time. Except this time it was kind of happy because I'm like, I get to be out of my house. Heck yeah.
You know what? That's totally fair. I've been working from home because I do IT, and oh man, I miss being in an office. Not like, the office culture, and like or having to interact with like the IT dude bros of the tech world.
Mhm.
I do miss going to a place and having routine and walking outside to get to my job and being able to walk over to someone's desk with a piece of paper and start writing notes down instead of having to use like Microsoft Teams or Outlook to contact them. I miss all of that stuff.
Mhm.
So I totally understand what you mean, like being able to get out of the house and like interact with people at your job. I miss that a lot.
Yeah, I do miss that. I mean, I get to do it a little bit on the weekends, chatting with people, but I just need to do it more during the week with other people, even if it's online, like what we're doing here right now. It does a lot for me, and definitely makes me very happy to be able to talk with people. And maybe one day... Oh, yeah?
I've upset people by mentioning Microsoft Teams.
Oh, geez.
Sorry.
I can imagine if Justin heard Microsoft Teams right now, he would probably be angry.
So bad. Let's not talk about work. What else can we talk about?
So, it was raining outside today.
It's a beautiful day here today. I was gonna go for a walk before I had to help people with controller problems. Remember when Teams was Skype? Skype is still Skype. It's like Skype still exists. It's a distinct piece of software, and it actually works better than Teams. Imagine that.
Yeah,
Much
Justin
better, but...
has to use business Skype. He doesn't.
Oh, that one's pretty bad.
He doesn't like it.
Yeah,
he
I
doesn't.
remember that was called Link. Or Links, sorry, not to be confused with the C#, like database mapping library, Link with a Q.
Yeah. No. That's not how Qs work in the English language.
Yep. Oh, Link is better than Skype.
Okay, let's stop this. Let's stop. You said no talking about work, and then we're talking about work.
Right.
Oh,
Talking about work.
no, I don't even work with you. I don't even know what you do for work. I don't even know what I do for work.
Ostensibly, I do software development, but over the past 3 months, I've been doing software configuration. I hate it.
That sounds even more vague and somehow worse.
It is. Well, I work for the government, so yeah, that's a good way to put it.
No, okay. Yeah, because I had a job where I actually had to interact with the government, specifically the government in California, and that was the worst, okay?
So what about California?
Have you ever heard of the laws in California? If you have to do anything dealing with regulations in California, you're in for a world of hurt, okay? Because California's like, hey, a business wanting to do stuff here? Okay, first we're going to punch you in the groin, and then we're going to go ahead and tie you up and interrogate you and ask you where the diamonds are, and then probably punch you again. Yeah.
Do you have to declare that all your software could potentially be a carcinogen?
I think they at least understand that no software can't poison you.
That's good.
But yeah, I'd
like to visit California. Let's talk about California as like a place to visit and not
everybody, let's go to California. Let's just wait. Okay, when you're vaccinated, let's go have a big Kuso party over in California, okay?
Yeah, nice. I haven't been out west in general a whole lot. Furthest out west I've ever been was Manitoba, which is like
that's Canada,
right down the middle. Yeah, but you know, it's like right down. If you were to draw a line from Winnipeg, it would be like right down the center of the U.S.
Okay, yeah, that's not very far. Yeah.
Well, I guess Austin, Texas, also.
I mean, that used to be called the West. But it's now the Midwest because the middle of the country apparently is still West.
Okay, I'm glad it's not just me who thinks that's weird. Like, Ohio is considered Midwest. No, it's not. It's in the eastern half of the country. What are you people on about?
It's because it was old school West.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess that, you know, the frontier and all that. I suppose that makes sense.
Yep, before...
For like 200 years ago.
Do you know how many other things we're doing because of 200 years ago? Quite a few things.
I think Mitch McConnell was
residual deviance. The car was just going back and forth playing defense there. I loved it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back on track to the game so I can stop talking about Mitch McConnell. Sometimes when you're stopped right in front of a car, the cars will like follow you. They'll like body block you, despite the fact that you can destroy them easier than they can destroy you. It's really funny. It's like playing it's like playing Need for Speed or you know, Burnout, except the cars go the opposite of the way they're supposed to go.
I was gonna say that didn't feel like Need for Speed there, since you were stopped in the middle of the intersection.
Well, we all go sometimes.
Oh my gosh. I can tell you how many times, like where I live, trying to drive. If you go to a four-way stop in Utah, okay, you need to pay attention because somebody is going to try to kill you by driving at the wrong time.
Yep.
Like 90% chance here that's going to happen.
Man, you'd be right at home in my city.
Oh, perfect.
Ottawa is just like that.
I see people go the wrong way around roundabouts all the time here. All the time.
Okay. The last place I lived
Yeah.
had a roundabout near it, and oh man, it was the worst thing. So it had a roundabout near it, and there's like 2 or 3 roundabouts in my city, and this is one of them. And this thing has, from the street that I lived on, the first turn off the roundabout is actually really close to where you get on the roundabout.
Okay.
And that one goes south, and it doesn't have a U-turn for like 3 miles or something, because it goes all the way down to Hunt Club Road and then turns back. And then right next to that is the exit to the same street that goes north. And they aren't really labeled very well. Like, the signs are not in places that communicate to a new driver to that area which direction you're going. And so sometimes, very frequently, I would get in an Uber and try to head downtown, and I would instead be headed south for a guaranteed 10-minute round trip, going all the way south down to Hunt Club and all the way back up again.
Okay.
It's roundabouts are not something that the people here know how to deal with.
Let me tell you my favorite thing I've seen. Somebody drove into a roundabout, stopped, and waved another car in. Okay?
What?
That's not how roundabouts work. You do
No,
not
take your
stop in the
time.
middle of them to wave somebody in. They're
What?
made so that you don't have to stop. What was that?
That's terrifying. I would be so concerned in that scenario.
Yeah, you always have the right of way when you're in the roundabout. That's the rule, okay?
Hey, someone else is from Ottawa. Ottawa once had the yield signs on the inside of the roundabouts. Really? That's horrible.
Also, our city's main street is actually the most dangerous street in Utah, with the most traffic accidents. And Utah's like number 2 or number 3 for the worst drivers in America. Like, our town is, yeah, it's up there. Like, I'm a defensive driver because everybody else is an aggressive, murdering driver. So you just gotta, yeah.
You have to be.
And watch out for the Mormon ladies with minivans, because they don't care about the kids in the back for some reason. They're just kind of, yeah, you gotta watch.
So the Rourke has made it back to the mall. Is this the second time he's been here, or the third time?
Second or third.
Okay. He hasn't figured out how to get John Connor to follow him yet, has he?
No, he hasn't.
Wonderful.
It looks like, yeah, Mr. Zimbu, Residual Deviants, and Dolores Fred are just needing to get past John Connor's house. I know that a couple of them have done that, but I don't believe they've reached the mall yet.
It looks like Residual Deviance is not shooting down that ladder. I don't know if he has, or if they have yet. But it looked like they were aiming at it, and then because they were holding up in front of the door, they went into the door instead.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Rurik found the up escalator. But it's on the other side of the mall, so it's like, it doesn't get you to John Connor faster. It just gets you to the other side of the mall, where you do need to go there.
I mean, get future objects, you know? What happened?
There's a guns and ammunition store. That's where he gets the M16. Okay. I was wondering how he got that. I was like, there's no military in this level, so I was wondering how he got the M16, but it's
Can go to
America.
the gun store. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Come on. Of course we have a gun store in a mall.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
Not the best place to have it.
I'm reserving my judgment.
I'm not. I'm judging hard. Okay.
Okay, good, because I am. Are cops not shooting at him because he's not shooting yet? I don't know. I feel like if you have your weapon drawn and ready, sorry, firearm, because apparently that's what people prefer you call them. Because weapon is a loaded term.
So is the
You
gun.
gotta shut me down here. You gotta shut me down here. Okay, I'm gonna get
loaded.
going.
No, it's Look,
I'm getting
okay,
started.
I can't talk about that in school because I live in Utah, and simply put, my opinions aren't exactly popular on the topic.
Oh, fair enough.
But
So-
yeah, let's
oh.
just say that should at least have the safety on Terminator. Come on, Arnold.
Here, I went to Austin and went to a gun range down there when I went there a couple years ago, and the folks there were very, very respectful and super cool. And they were like, "Yeah, no, I've never had to use this thing except to shoot some snakes." That's the accent just came out there. I didn't do that on purpose.
Except to go shoot some gosh dang snakes.
Yeah, rattlesnakes.
You know,
poison
they
your
was
dogs.
crawling around, doing a little wiggling, and I was like, "Hey, y'all snakes, where's he going?" Wait, I'm losing it. Okay, I lost it. But then again, snakes deserve to die, like all of them.
Oh, snakes are good. I mean, the poisonous ones that bite your dogs are not good, but don't.
You have
hang
snakes
on,
biting your dog and you don't kill them?
No. Those ones, you get rid of them. But snakes in general are good creatures. You don't want to hurt the snake.
I personally don't care too much. Justin is like deadly afraid of them. And so, yeah, one time we saw a snake outside our apartment, it was just there. It wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
He
Most of them are harmless.
tied a knife to a yardstick.
Oh no.
And yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Like, honestly, I can understand, like, if you're not going to ever sleep again while this snake is alive, because of the phobia, I can kind of understand that, you know? So, I took care of it.
Like, people are judging Justin about the snake thing, and Jeff is judging you about having a yardstick. God, I'm really happy that all the players seem to have basically figured this game out. That makes me really happy because I was worried.
Essentially, sort of my theory is, you know, I don't want to harm things, but if it means, like, really helping somebody be put, like, have the ease of mind and being able to actually go outside again, then yeah, I'll do it.
Fair enough. That's fair. I like that the Rourke tried to blow up the machine that John Connor is playing on. John Connor is now playing on a non-functional arcade machine and refuses to leave because, you know, his mom hasn't called him yet. He still has a quarter on the machine. He's going to play there for as damn long as it takes.
Your gun's too loud, mister.
Yeah. Mister, I can't hear the game. Well, actually, it's an arcade. Like, he's probably deaf anyways. Arcade machines are loud. I'm going to feel so dumb in 15 minutes. Well, I don't know, actually. Has Mr. Zimbu not figured out how to hit the ladder yet? For what it's worth, if any of these players watch these VODs afterwards, I had to look up in a guide how to progress from the second level because I didn't even see the ladder.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It didn't exist in my vision, but it was there the whole time. So.
By the way, chat is completely correct. His mother is in an asylum because she keeps talking about robots from the future, and she is hardcore. She is awesome in this movie, okay? Absolutely amazing. She was great in the first Terminator movie, a little bit more scared of things, but by the time in this movie, she doesn't even care about anything. She's like, I will fight to protect my son, and I will kill anything that gets in the way. Because she is awesome. Sarah Connor, love you. Nothing but love.
There was a TV show, wasn't there, too? The Sarah Connor Chronicles. Was that any good? No.
Sure, it was great. I don't know.
Oh, the Rourke. Wait. The Rourke saw it. He opened the start menu. Open the start menu again.
Well, the police are in the way. Gotta shoot them non-fatally.
Yeah.
Start menu,
Non-fatally in the head.
Start. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you saw it said John Connor following. No. Press literally any button. I don't even think it's A. You can choose. You can hit. I think you can hit like literally any face button and it'll change it. Or maybe it's select. I can't remember, but it's like not hard to figure out. Just press start and then press another button. You're killing me.
I'm glad that the police are only 34% a danger.
Summer Glau was cursed. Oh wow, yeah. She was in Firefly too. Man, that's also a show that had a really cursed airing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, and then
They're all out of order.
Pushing up daisies. Or
Yeah.
Pushing Daisies, whatever crap it was called. Yeah, that one ended too early.
Okay, John follow, yes. And wait, why is it on yes again? Just hit start. The Rurik is freaking out. He's jumping up and down. Apparently has a standing desk. And now John Connor is following.
Yes!
There he is. Ah, nice. Okay, so the Rurik is 100% in the lead. Definitely was before. This has solidified that lead. Especially considering nobody else is on the mall right now. This is massive. If he can get out of here, especially because I think he's already got all the future objects. If he can get out of here and live, he's at 20% health, but I don't think he's gone down yet. So he technically has 70. And since he just rescued John, he's not likely to have to refill John's health. So if he can get all the way down to the bottom level and leave, I very much doubt anyone else will beat him, but there's certainly a chance. All he has to do is go. Just get out of there.
Yeah, honestly,
And
at this point, I don't think anybody is going to catch up to Rurik. And I bet Rurik feels that he's, like, in fourth place. I definitely would
probably
still be feeling that, you know. Whenever you play in Kuso6rande, you have to remember, if you struggle with something, almost everybody else every single time will be struggling with it as well. It's just how it goes. A lot of these games just do not make any sense. And
yeah.
It's not that they hold your hand, or they don't hold your hand. It's that they slap your hand away when you reach for help, okay? And then they kick you in the face. That's how these games are, okay? You ask for help, they kick you in the face. And that's why people don't play them. They don't like getting kicked in the... I don't like getting kicked in the face. Not really
No, I try to avoid
problem.
that if possible.
Yeah.
It's generally unpleasant. So the next one is the hospital, and I did not beat this level. I looked at walkthroughs. I know how to beat it, but you just take so much damage. I didn't have an M16 though, so he's telling John to stay. I think maybe I should have tried doing that. You can tell John to stay. He will still take damage. The T-1000 does show up and attack John. I believe. I don't think you can just leave him standing there and expect the T-1000 to not find him. I could be wrong about that though, and maybe who knows. Resilience has found a way to stunlock the T-1000 without killing him, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
so he's gone all the way to the top floor, 6th floor, which is interesting. I wonder if you've seen the movie. Sarah Connor's on the 6th floor.
Or is the 6th floor the top floor?
It is the top floor.
I would go to the top floor. I think that's the right
fair.
decision this far into the game.
That's justified, I suppose. It is the hardest floor to get to and come back from. The first place I went was to the 2nd floor, and there's actually in the back room on that floor, there's actually a computer where if you interact with it by holding up, you can. It tells you Sarah Connor is on the 6th floor. Doesn't seem like she's there though, and I don't know where she actually is. So this is a mystery for me from this point forward.
Oh. Well, she's in one of these rooms. It's okay. Like, I'm trying to think. here's the deal. In the movie, you don't go and find her in a specific room. She comes out of the room and is trying to escape, and that's when you stumble across Sarah Connor in the movie. So
I see.
If that doesn't happen here, then the game's fake. It's not real.
Right. One thing you can do in the hospital level is you can shoot open these radiators and they'll vent steam, and that steam does a whack ton of damage.
Well, it sounds like you don't want to do that. Well, steam hurts. I'm not sure it hurts machines quite that much, but maybe it would melt your skin off. But it's fake skin, you know, you don't feel pain. It's fine.
The only things that can be sent back to the past have to be covered in skin. Is that a rule in Terminator?
Yes.
Is that like...
And that's why they show up naked.
A limitation of... Oh, there's Sarah Connor. Hey, wow, that actually looks like Sarah Connor. That sprite actually works. Look at that.
That's a good sprite.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, despite you looking a little more like Hank Hill from King of the Hill and having some really bad animation here, like, the graphics themselves are not too bad. Animation leaves something to be desired. Graphics
Sarah Connor
are okay.
refuses to leave. I forgot about that. How do you get Sarah Connor to leave? One sec. I have a guide for this. I forgot that Sarah Connor won't leave on her own. You have to like do something to get her to leave. Let me find the guide on Genesis because it's the same game. Dyson Residence. No, it's too late. Hospital. Oh, she can be on multiple floors. Interesting. I see. So the computer tells you what floor she's currently on, so it's not static.
Okay.
It says she won't... Oh, this doesn't actually say anything about why she won't leave. That's interesting.
Well, I'll tell you why. Stomach ache. Yeah, her stomach hurts a lot. Look, the food that they have there is just not great.
I think you need to bring John to her, probably. Oh, no.
Yeah, you're probably right. Probably read about that. Yeah.
Yep. The guide says, go to the main computer, learn what floor she's on, and then take the elevator to the first or third floor to reach the stairwell, and then collect John, who you've left there. Right. Proceed to Sarah's level. So John is safe if you leave him in the parking garage or in the stairwell. Because the T-1000 doesn't show up in those areas. But you have to bring him to Sarah, and then once she sees that he's safe, she joins you. And the Rurik has now told John to follow.
Well, yeah, she doesn't trust you. You tried, like, a robot that looked exactly like you tried to kill her very, very many times.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
I wouldn't trust the murderous robot either.
Yeah. If John's there and he's fine, then like, okay, maybe he's trustable. Again, didn't see the movie. I don't know if that's what happens. If like John's already with the Terminator. I
feel like John does enter the hospital, yeah, because John actually bosses the Terminator around. Terminator is, I don't think he even wanted to go save John's mother because he's like, I need to protect you because I'm Terminator. And John's like, I order you to save my mother. So, yeah.
Okay. Right, and his original goal wouldn't have even involved Sarah Connor, I imagine, because John Connor's the leader of the Resistance.
Yep.
Right. So he doesn't care, and then John Connor has to tell him like, no, you got to find Sarah Connor.
It's not that he doesn't care. It's that, well, I mean, I guess it's true. He's a robot. Robots don't care about anything. All they do is they follow commands in the specific logic that they're given. So yeah, his logic said protect John, and logically taking him to a mental institution that is full of people with guns and very possibly could be full of T-1000s. Yeah, not exactly logical to go there. But John's like, nah, I'm gonna make you, blah, blah, blah. I'm a dumb child.
That's fair.
But to be fair, I mean, I guess they do save Sarah Connor. So good call overall.
Sarah is
Stupid
actually
John.
not nearly as much of a liability as John is, because she actually has a handgun and will defend herself. Still a liability, but not nearly as much.
I love it. She's not. Well, she can take care of herself in the movies. Like, she's had practice. She did a lot of pull-ups as well. While in the institution, she just had to stay fit. Because she knew this day might come. The day when the robots...
She doesn't work there. She's an inmate.
Yeah.
I see, because nobody believes her about this robot.
Yeah,
that's
she's like, the robots are coming, and they're like, you're going. Yeah.
This is putting a lot of things into context for me.
Yeah, it's not exactly... It's a very 90s representation of mental health. Not exactly the most appropriate or the most accurate one. Although, I kind of wonder what it would be like to be in one and throw myself against the cushion walls. That would be fun. Woo!
I think that people would want you in there and be like, yeah, he's 100% insane. We need to keep it here. Like,
he's been
like,
playing too many bad
himself.
video games.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there just talking, Scunny Cart.
No, not Scunny. Oh.
Yeah. I have mental health issues, everybody, but
Scunny Cart will do that to you.
I feel like I can make joke about it a little bit. I can rent a bouncy castle. Okay, those are actually the best.
Pointed out, Prism Rangers pointed out that Rourke is using the jump to move faster. I think a few people have figured that out, but the Rourke seems very consistent with it, more consistent than I was. Because sometimes, for whatever reason, like, you can hold. Oh, are we done?
We're done. That's it.
Cool. I'm done talking about this game.
That's the match.
Tim,
indeed, everybody. Take a breath of fresh air or stale air, whatever air you can get your hands on. I don't think you can really hold air. Why is this guy farting?
It's drumboardist. Or not drumboardist. I'm sorry. It's drumboardist.
Is that
great. I
what
love
Fred
you.
looks like?
It's Dolores Fred.
Is that what you look like, Fred? Is
Yeah,
your
the
butt on
Rourke is-
fire?
As you predicted, he is shocked. 55 minutes to shoot a ladder. Yup.
Yeah, that is how it goes. Well, we'll see if we can get the Rurik in. How do you feel about how they played?
You know what? Everyone in here is like 55 minutes to shoot a ladder. You have to shoot the ladder? That's about the only thing I didn't shoot. Yeah, you know what? And again, I had to look that up in the guide. So I don't blame any of them for doing that. I think they all figured out. The fact that they got past the first level as quickly as they did was pretty great to me. Like, I'm glad that they all figured out that, yeah, you have to collect the future objects, you have to do the tasks.
That's great. Oh, what a video game. Hello there, the Rurik. Welcome.
Hello.
And congratulations on your victory.
Yeah, I guess a victory. I mean, it's something.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, we were talking that you were probably going to be absolutely shocked taken first, but not only that, you're way ahead of everybody.
No.
Like, you demolished them.
No.
You were ahead by multiple levels.
I was only on the 4th level.
Yeah, they were on the second level.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, simply put, like, this game is really, really bad and hard to understand what's going on. Like, it does not help you out going forward at all.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So, honestly, you figured out a lot more than I think we expected. So, seriously, congratulations there. What are your thoughts about the game? Okay.
I think it would make a good speed game if this was the only game you had.
If this was the
There is
only
a speed
game
run.
you had, this would be a good speed game. That's a
Like,
fair
I mean,
assessment.
there's a lot of tech. I think you could like master it. There's like a high ceiling on it. I think, but otherwise it's crap.
I actually don't disagree with that. How fast do you think the speed run is, if you had to guess?
Under 30 minutes.
It's 22 minutes on both
Whoa.
systems. Yep. So it's quite quick. I personally didn't beat the hospital level where you were. I didn't even find Sarah Connor when I played up until that point. I died. But
Okay,
I didn't
that
have
was-
them succeed.
That was a miracle. Turning on the menu and hitting the B button,
Yeah.
I think, to toggle follow.
Yeah, that, like, honestly, I would have been surprised if you figured that out. And you did. And then you managed to do it with Sarah Connor as well. Seriously. So here's my thought. Have you seen the movie before? Have you seen Terminator 2?
Long ago, and I mean, it doesn't seem like it's like the movie, but
It
I don't
actually
remember very
follows the story very well. Like even the locations, where the Terminator goes in order to get information and eventually find John and then find Sarah. It's kind of dumb how accurate it is story-wise. Oh,
I guess that's an LGN kind of trait. Like they sacrifice anything mechanical and gameplay and fun-wise just to like, well, we got to match the source.
see,
Yeah,
Tempestroll, that's why I was saying they're like they take so many weird risks.
I conceded on that point. And it's sort of funny too when you point that out though, because the if you consider the 8-bit version of Terminator 2, which was on the Game Gear Master System and NES, that really looks nothing. I think it was originally developed as a non-Terminator game, because it's very, very different. It doesn't resemble the Terminator really at all.
I actually
But
don't
it's a
know
better
anything about that.
It's a better game. It's punishingly hard, but it's probably not Kuso6rande. But it also just doesn't resemble the Terminator, and this one resembles the Terminator, but it also sort of resembles the Terminator doing his best Hank Hill impression.
He does a good impression, I'm not gonna lie. He just does what he can. So, the Rurik, this is your first year in Kuso6rande, is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so you definitely got a very special game today. Have you played very many bad video games in the past, or are you mostly a good game player?
I think I play enough retro games that it's a good mix of good and bad. I play a lot of Game Boy games, and there's a lot of bad Game Boy games.
Oh, geez, yeah, you're not lying about that. There are a lot of special Game Boy games. Oh, no, what am I doing?
How are you doing?
I'm messing everything up. That's okay, because I'm trying to do, I'm trying to talk and do setup at the same time. Yeah, that doesn't really work too well. Hey, I fixed it. We're good. Having a lot of retro games would definitely help out with that. Honestly, when people jump into Kuso6rande for the first time, a lot of the times they do not expect to do super well, or pretty much never expect to do super well. So every once in a while, it's just a pleasant surprise to see that, you did better than expected. I personally haven't experienced that because I'm usually worse than everybody else when I'm racing. But
That's exactly what I expected.
yeah, turns out that wasn't the case today. Might be next time, who knows? You just really never know until you start getting deeper into Kuso6rande. So, do you stream anything else over at your channel?
I'm really just getting started, and I don't stream very regularly. But when I do, I usually pick an RPG and play it in Japanese and walk through all the language differences if I can find them.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Just to check and make sure, your name over at Twitch is the Rurik without the underscore, right?
That's correct.
So-
I can't maintain it across platforms, but yeah, it's usually the and Rurik in some way.
Okay, yeah, the Rurik, no underscore, that is his channel. If you like RPGs, go check him out. Otherwise, it'll be great to have you back for round 2.
Looking forward to it.
All right, take care, the Rurik, and thank you so much, Tempestroll. This was a blast. And not because of the shotguns.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.
Okay, bye. Take care. Bye, Oh, wait. Tempestroll, you had one other thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me pull that up because License-a-thon is having submissions open until May 31st. Tempestrol helps out with that, and I believe there are other people in the community who help out with License-a-thon. Is that right?
Glitchwitch has been helping out with the marathon for about a year now as well, and we've had a bunch of people from this community actually also participate there, because there's a lot of janky licensed games. I know Drumbordist has done a run with us. Glitchwitch also did a run with us.
I just need to remember to submit something because I've got. Okay.
Well, and what's great is submissions are currently open. You can go to our website and find there's a button right front and center to submit a run if you have one. Anyone who wants to help out with staff can also do that on our website. And get all our social links there. We are focused exclusively on licensed video games, that is, video games based on some other non-gaming property. And we actually have an FAQ on our website as well, sort of to cover some of the edge cases. If you ever have any questions, you don't know if your game is licensed because it falls into a weird situation like Street Fighter, the movie, the game, for example, is one that we've gotten a question about before. Just head on over to our Discord and ask us, hey, does this game count? And we'll tell you.
And if you're too lazy to do that, just submit, and then they can argue amongst themselves.
Yeah, we do that a lot. And don't worry if you think that your game is bad. I came to this community to ask for submissions for a reason. We don't mind if it's Kusoge. We've had plenty of Kusoge there. There are plenty of good licensed games, and we think that are really underappreciated. But we know that there's plenty of bad licensed games, and we want to just show off, big ones, small ones, all sorts and sizes. So.
Yeah, I'm glad that other people in the community here helped out with, oh my gosh, Homie the Clown. Yeah, Cornden, that would work. You found another marathon for that crap.
Do it.
Seriously, though, it's exciting that so many people in the community are associated with various events. Seriously, feel free to go support, join. It's just really fun that you have that. Well, Tempestrol, I think that's all that we have from you. Anything else?
Nope. So submissions for that event close at the end of May, so you have plenty of time. But just remember, that's when they close. Other than that, check your controllers before your match, please. And on that bombshell, I will leave you. The next game is something else. I had to review it. You guys are in for a treat.
Well, take care, Tempestrol, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good one, folks. Sayonara.
Ciao. Yeah, everybody kick on back. Relax for about a minute. I'm going to run a quick ad. I got to go take my pills and run to the restroom. Mr. Zimbu, thank you so much for that gift sub. Be back in 1 minute, and we will reveal the Game Master and the game.